Hello. How we doing? Welcome, welcome. Okay. Believe that's everything sorted? No, not everything. Always forget. I always forget. Hi, Squid. How you doing? Yeah. Oh. Hey, should be good to go. Nice. 91 times. Good lord. It's impressive every time I see it. It's impressive every time I see it. Things that I want to do today. Things that I want to do today. I've noticed you're an avid Tavern enjoyer. Yeah, no, correct. And you've got the track record to prove it. What do I want to do today? I want to somehow make it where the stepping stones are kind of in alignment with, how to explain? I could add another one here actually. That could work. Wanted to work on the water a bit last stream. Yeah, I did. Might have been the stream before that actually, but yes. Ah, the waterline. Yes. No, you are correct. You're entirely correct. If I chuck in an extra stone here, it gives the impression of all of these stones being in alignment. It kind of lines everything up. And then if I darken the area underneath, something like that. Feels a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the fact that it's a very clean stepping stone line to the tavern. I almost want to add like another one here or something, just to kind of give it a little bit more randomness. Just a little bit more randomness. So I might try that, see how we feel. Hope we're doing well today. I have good news. I have good news to announce. I slept last night. I slept last night. Which is phenomenal news because sleeping has been incredibly rough. I rattled on about it quite a bit yesterday, but it turns out that it's very difficult for me to sleep during summer. Got to stay home today because school for some reason was closed because it was too hot. Darn school. I mean, do you prefer going into school or do you prefer learning from home? Because I know, like, haha, hooray, no school, don't have to deal with school, but I mean, you still have to do the learning. Do you find it more difficult to learn at home? Respect. Thank you, Jojo. How you doing? How you doing? How's your day been? Not even that hot. Yeah, I don't know what it is in terms of because you've said that now a couple of times that your school has just been like, oh, you know what? We licked our finger, stuck it up to the wind, and we've determined a bit too spicy. It's still the start of year 12, so honestly a bit more difficult. Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine so. Hi Slinky, how you doing? 9. Ach, 9. Okay, this layer here should be water reflection. Yeah. We bring we bring the rock face down to there. The Mighty Nine! Exactly. You don't have as much work yet, but it's just annoying. All your friends are like, yay, we can stay home. And you're just like, I'm sick of being home. Well, it's not just that. There's also a sense of like, what do I do, you know? I imagine. Chilling, reading an encyclopedia. An encyclopedia on what? Hi, Laz. Hi, Nice. How you guys going? Welcome in. Nice. Pretender. Swooping in for the third. The Mighty Nine is more funny for you as a German. How did you deal with Caleb and his questionable German? I remember Liam confidently declaring, "Ah, yes, 17. That's 7." And I may or may not have violently cringed. It's tough. It's tough. After the pit, ooh. Yeah, you haven't been rolling well lately, Pretender, but you do go through streaks of luck and unluck. So I reckon it's only a matter of time before it swings around again. Dinosaur. Ah, of course, of course. How are you, Laz? How was your weekend? Nice as well. I hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Sorry if I seem distracted. I'm just doing a quick glance over, seeing if anything sticks out. This mushroom here should be darker. See, I know. Back on the February piece today. Hopefully you want to get it done this stream. Okay. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help without spoilers. Book has over 500 pages. You're up to page 60. Okay, in for the marathon. Doing good. Woke up, did some exercises, had breakfast, took meds, vitamins, now chilling before getting to the office. Nice. Seems like a pretty chill start to the day. Actually, speaking of, I was just mentioning this before. I slept last night. Hooray! As somebody with insomnia, this is phenomenal news. Because usually what happens is I try to sleep and it doesn't happen until about 5 or 6 in the morning. And then I get like 3 to 4 hours of sleep. And I feel horrible. But I actually slept last night. It wasn't great sleep, but it was sleep last night where I wanted it to be. So I'm tippity top. I'm over the moon. You started this yesterday as well. Nice. A particular goal in mind, or just you just want to check it out? Well done. Thank you. My new strategies worked somewhat. Claps all around. And then everybody clapped. My new strategies worked out somewhat. So I think I mentioned that yesterday I was going to finish stream, put on some tea, take a shower after stream instead of before stream, so that it's a shower and then bed type deal. I decluttered my bed. I put on a podcast, and the podcast was the only thing that kind of let me down. I found my brain wandering very quickly. So I'm gonna be trying something different tonight. See if that works. It's meh. In campaign 1, only watched like 7 episodes. read the commands and saw he spoke German. Didn't hear that. Didn't hear that till then. In animation series, it's better spoken. Think for some. Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine that he did some training for the animated show. Is a big core difference. Because when it's live, he's just improvising, right? Weekend was good. I got an exercise bike for your mum, for your mother-in-law on Saturday. Had to travel 1.5 hours to Amsterdam to get it, and made goat stew on Sunday, which is noms. So weekend was good. Yeah, I mean, it sounds it. Actually, speaking of, happy Valentine's for the Saturday. It was a quiet one this year. No, why do I keep saying that? Why do I keep saying it was a quiet Valentine's? It wasn't. I spent Valentine's Day underwater screaming at giant fish. It was not quiet. It was quite loud, actually. I need to fix that bug in my brain. Ended up saying knowledge. Yeah, okay, Slink. So you're just building up the database. Ended up staying up till 3 last night. Watched one of the other streamers you hang around with a bit. Watched an episode of Spy X Family. Realized Trigun Stargaze had a new episode dubbed. So you watched that. It was actually good. And then proceeded to read Trigun manga again. Right. So you you followed the train of content. No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, hey, you didn't have school today, so not the worst to stay up a little bit. Doing good. Still working on the board game. It's coming along slowly but steadily. Tried brushing off the game maker skills to make a prototype, but after 5 hours of going nowhere, we went to Photoshop instead. I don't think you fully walked me through what you're working on, actually, Laz. Because I think this is the first time you've mentioned a board game outright. I know that you said that you wanted to start a project, but I don't think you said board game last time. That's really cool. What kind of board game, if you don't mind? Like, is it an economy board game? Is it like a board game, like a Monopoly, where you're moving around the board? Do I speak German? Ein bisschen. Mein Deutsch ist nicht gut. Genuinely surprised about the new episode. It was a bit cheesy here and there, but it was better than the last two. Hey, there you go. Because I do remember you saying that you weren't liking the direction of the new series. Must have been talking to some. No, you're good. Laz, you're fine. I do that all the time. Where I'm like, hey, how's the new painting going? They're like, what painting? And then I realized that I must have been chatting with somebody else. Themed around a YouTube series you like? Kind of like the game Dominoes, if you've ever played that. I've played with Dominoes. Yeah. Okay. Is this the same series that you did the quilt designs for? Viewers. Why am I not in mod mode? Give me a sec. I'll log into Twitch. Okay, that should have done it. Boom. Also made a reference to Vash's old hairstyle in the episode. There. Yes, it is themed. Yeah, okay, there you go. How do they get through? They find slightly different wording each time. And the auto mod doesn't want to be too strict because then it's going to be napping everybody under the sun, and that's not fun. Kind of obsessed at the moment. That's fair. That's fair. In the same way that Fields is obsessed with Kingdom Hearts at the moment, you know? Just viewers. Yeah, exactly. Instead of cheap or best viewers, it's just viewers now, and that's how it gets. Oh, it's Fields. Hi, Fields. You've made it to the 3rd chapter. Nice, 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 nice. How you doing, bud? How's your day? What can I say? I have a flair for the dramatic. So dramatique. QUE. Okay. I want this mushroom to seem wibbly wobbly in the same way that the other ones do. So I'm going to see if I can make the edge kind of flare a little bit. Yeah, but yeah, no stress. Do what you gotta do. You're not the best viewer, you're the worst viewer. Happy to have you regardless. Nice. I don't agree, but I mean... It's true. It's true. When I put together my list, because like Santa Claus, at the end of the year, I put together my naughty and nice lists. Nice is ironically on the naughty list. You'd think that nice is on the nice list. Not so. Not so. Got into your old SoundCloud account. Nice. What treasures did you unearth in the process? Enjoy your lurk, Squid. Your profile picture? Did you did you upload to SoundCloud, or it was just what you used to listen? Because I had a similar experience with getting back into my old DeviantArt account. That's where I have all of my Microsoft Paint artwork that I have. I don't have it saved literally anywhere. I think the computer that it was made on was scrapped a decade ago, so it's literally the only place that it exists. You're just listening? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, would you have any like old playlists that you have saved? Because that could be fun to trip down memory lane through. You have one playlist called Skomgus. Brilliant. Perfect. The gist is that you're collecting childhood memorabilia from the show. And once you collect all 7, you win once you collect all 7. To do this, you place square tiles on a grid. But the colors on connecting edges must match to place it. You build your area out in order to reach the 7 randomly placed tiles. Ah, okay. So you kind of... Yeah, so... interesting. You could kind of go in a few directions with it. You could have like a trade system where you're like, I don't want this domino. Can I instead spend my action to trade it into a bank where you've got like 3 upturned dominoes in the middle of the floor, where you can be like, at the table, in the middle of the table, you can be like, I'm going to trade this domino for this domino, and that's my turn. Or it could purely be, you've got to find a way to place a domino each turn. Hi, Shampoo. Welcome. How you doing? Trading dominoes, is that allowed? Well, here's the thing, because Laz is designing her own game, you can make the rules, you know? Each memorabilia tile has an ability that's used when it's collected, like ignoring the placing rules, switching around place tiles, or manipulating the tiles in hand. Ah, okay. Ooh, that could... Do you want... I should ask. Would you like me to provide, like, critical feedback, or you're just sharing, and for me to not comment? Because I've played a lot of board games. So my brain is immediately like, oh, you could do this. Oh, you could do that. Oh, that sounds good. Ooh, maybe if you change that. I start thinking about it critically. I shouldn't do that without asking. Should not do it without asking. Telling you to upset your Caribbean family, take dominoes and mahjong very seriously. No, never. Still trying to iron out the details, but it's slow going. It's like trying to fit multiple pieces together to form a whole, but it's 2 steps towards one. Yeah. That'd be awesome. Okay. So, the thing that immediately comes to mind is, you probably need a system outside of the placement of dominoes. So from what it sounds like, we're going off tangent. It's fine. Come with me and you'll be in a world of vivid imagination. Okay, so what it sounds like is you start the game with randomly placed tiles on the table, right? 7. And then you start from, say, here, and you start building towards each of them, right? And then once you've collected 7, you win. It sounds like once you hit a tile initially, you get a bump in value, which is good because it feels like it's rewarding, right? You're not just getting a nebulous piece and it means nothing. You're being rewarded for winning the game, which I think is completely fine. The problem, though, is that if that is your only mechanic for hand and tile interaction, is to be winning, what you'll find is that it'll lead to a snowball. So it's what's known as a win more mechanic. So if the person who's in the lead reaches the first tile first, maybe this isn't the exact layout, but you get what I mean. If the person who's winning reaches the tile first and they get value and they can do more stuff, that will then accelerate them to get to here. The second person will have them in red, might eventually get to the orange or whatever. The second person might eventually get to the first one, but by then, the first person has been accelerated to get to here and is already at the third tile by the time that the second person has made it to the first. So it feels like whoever gets to the first one first kind of just wins immediately. So what you might want to do is introduce mechanics outside of the placement of tiles. That's why I asked about a bank system. So if you've got your pile of dominoes here that people are drawing more from, next to the pile, you could have like a little bank system where you've got 5 upturned, or 3, however many you want to go with, upturned dominoes, and maybe instead of placing a tile for your turn, you instead trade for like a better tile. So that might be one action that you're allowed to do. Yeah, just little things like that. I would give the players like 3 actions that they could do in a turn. You don't have to use any of this, by the way. I'm just spitballing. So first action might be place a domino. Second action might be trade. And then third action could be, I don't know, use ability. I'm not sure what that ability would be. Something. Just so that it's not as straightforward as just like, if I drew all of the correct dominoes, I just win. But that's a me thing. I don't like games that are like purely luck. You have a Miro board as well, if that helps. Is that like a place that you can post to? Is that kind of like a Pinterest board? Is your battleship at E10? It can feel a little bit luck-based like that, yeah. Twitch doesn't want to share it, but you're on a 7 streak. It might take a little bit. That's the only thing. I find that the streak system tends to delay a little bit. It waits for a few minutes. Lurking quietly while you do some stuff in the background. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, Kels. How you doing? Thank you for dropping in. Enjoy your lurk. I hope you're doing well. Happy Valentine's for the other day. It gave an error? Oh, yeah, no, okay. No, that doesn't sound like what I'm thinking of. That sounds like it's just broke, yeah. You could go more complicated or less complicated than that, Les. Please don't feel locked into any of my suggestions. It just reminds me of a couple of systems that I've played before. Hi, Crow. How you doing? The single player game, at least the main mode is. Additional rules you've been using: grab 3 tiles at a time from the start. Must use them all before grabbing more. 2 must be placed on a space with at least 2 edges to match. Then 1 can be placed on a space with 1 edge. So at least the main mode. Additional rules you've been using. Grab 3 tiles at a time from the stock. You must use them all before grabbing more. 2 must be placed on a space with at least 2 edges to match. 2 must be placed... When you say on an edge that matches, do you mean... what's the easiest way of drawing this? So you've got a domino here. And it's got a red edge, a green edge. Hi, Dump Truck Davies. Welcome in. How's it going? Incredible name. Incredible name. Garg as well. Welcome in. How you doing? Sorry, Garg, your name is also incredible. I'm still reeling. Don't mind me. It's Dump Truck. How you guys going? How's your weekend? So, when you say that 2 edges match, do you mean that like 2 separate dominoes match with the edge that you're placing, or how does that work? Love my work. Did an Instagram stalk. And you're in love with... Thank you. Thank you very much. It's Tuesday, but it's a lovely Tuesday. How about me? I'm hot. I'm hot and bothered, but not in the fun way. I'm just hot and uncomfortable. I hate it. I hate it. I've been on a journey for the past I want to say 3 months trying to figure out how to sleep in summer. And I'm currently... I was going to say I'm currently failing. It's not entirely true. It's not entirely true. We've had some success. Put them in a wind cylinder? Yes, please. In one of those like big industrial like car testing facilities where they wheel the car in and they're like, oh, this particular model is quite aerodynamic. I can be aerodynamic. Test me. But while I'm sleeping, please. Do I want rain? Yeah. Switchies. Switch. Seen in other streams. Oh, hello. For a little bit of context as to what I'm working on, I have a piece, an old piece of art of the tavern that I use as my starting soon screen. And it's very whimsical. I like the colors and stuff. But one, it feels a little bit outdated given what we as a community have built the tavern into. And two, I feel like my art style has changed quite considerably since then. So looking to update. Aiming for more simple solo game. Always looked for those, but only find Castle 6. Put an example in the art share channel. Okay. Laz, leave it with me. Leave the thought with me, and I'll have a think about it. Okay, I'll come up with a few like well thought out suggestions. Yeah, that aren't just like a word vomit of random ideas. Hi Noelle, how you doing? Get a box fan and a duvet. Crawl into the duvet and put the box fan at the opening and turn it on. Instant cool cave. Well, here's the thing: is I wouldn't be able to sustainably do that every night. You know. Both are beautiful, but it's wonderful that I feel like it's a level. Yeah. It's an opportunity to try it again. I don't know. I don't do it often enough. Yeah, frick. New art explains why this is happening to the... It's not a bit. I'm drowning. I'm drowning for real. Help. Chicken shop sells some for 75. 75! It's so expensive. But yeah, no, as I was saying, I've been struggling with sleep for the past few months, but we had a breakthrough. We had a breakthrough last night. Because I'm a nerd, I put together one of my favorite things, a list with a bit of assistance actually from my housemate. Put together a list of things that I'd like to try, as a strategy. I applied them. You know, let's prattle off the list for a second. I've shifted my shower time from pre-stream to post-stream. So I finish stream, shower, then go to bed. I make myself a cup of tea after stream as well, to settle my nerves, specifically a peppermint tea. I decluttered my bed, so I no longer use part of my bed for like organization. I have shifted that to another part of the room, and it's just my bed now, so I don't have clutter. And I tried listening to a podcast as I went to sleep. The only thing that let me down was the podcast, and I don't think it was because it was that particular podcast. I think just in general, podcasts just aren't going to work, so I need to find something else to listen to. But the other strategies definitely helped. Definitely helped. Cold green tea is so good, by the way. I could try that actually, because it was a hot brew. It was a warm brew of tea. I could try an iced tea going to bed. That could potentially work, especially in summer. So much discipline. Yeah, through sheer grit and determination. I'm not usually that disciplined. I kind of need to set out on it like some sort of grand adventure. You know how characters have to like, you know that scene in The Hobbit where Bilbo kind of needs to call to action himself, where he's like, oh geez, oh, do I leave the Shire? But like, you know, it's not the thing to be done. And then he has that call to action where he's like, but I'll never get another opportunity like this. And he runs after Gandalf and the dwarves, you know, that's me anytime I need to do anything. I need to kind of drum up the courage to do it. But then there's a little bit of discipline afterwards. If I'm hot, drink hot water. It didn't have an adverse effect actually. The hot tea. It didn't hinder. The peppermint definitely helped. Gotta be your own height, man. Yeah, something like that, right? I need like a Flavor Flav type character to sit my corner, you know? I think it's the big clock. I think the big clock definitely helps with the vibe, you know? If I had somebody just going, yeah, boy, and like pointing at me, I think I could do anything. Your partner is an insomniac? Sleep hygiene, low light, no screens in bed. Yeah, yep. That's what I've been adopting. The trouble that I have is screens are a detriment to me. But I have to listen to something, otherwise the inner monologue just doesn't stop. So I need something to distract me, but not so. Yeah. So here's the thing that I'll be trying tonight. Here's the thing that I'll be trying tonight to listen to help me sleep. I've determined that streams that I enjoy are a bad time because I'm terrible at lurking. I'll lurk for like 5 minutes and then I'll just start chatting because I'm having a great time, right? Or like the stream will ask a question to the audience and I'm like, well, I got to answer because it'd be rude not to. And then I answer and then I'm like, frick, I'm committed. So I can't do that. I can't lurk in a stream to sleep. That's just not going to happen. I'm not going to sleep. So first I'll send Fields to the pit with a 4. That's just a given. So that the strat is I'm going to listen to a gameplay stream where they're just playing the game and not really engaging with chat. They're saying stuff to chat, but they're not expecting responses because they're focusing on the game, obviously, right? Therefore, it's mindlessly engaging, but I don't need to engage with it in the social sense. And it's enough white noise to where I can just kind of zone it out and it's just a constant, almost chatter in the back of my head. I'll give it a go. We'll see how we go tonight. When you had bad insomnia, your doctor told you to take the hottest shower you could take in the absolute dark. He said that when the body sleeps, it naturally drops your temperature to slow burn the metabolic rate. Stepping out of a hot shower into cool air tricks your body into thinking you're getting ready for sleep. Also, the dark helps. Well, that's kind of what I felt yesterday, was going for a hot shower immediately to bed helped a ton with moderating my body temperature, because it felt like my body temperature dropped and then kind of stayed low-ish, where I usually have a problem with going to bed and then it spikes. Body needs to drop by 1 to 2 degrees to go into a deep sleep. Blew your mind when you found out? That's the thing, is I feel like I'm way too hot all the time because I'm just too attractive, I guess. Absolutely not the case. Yeah, no, it's I have zero issue with not zero. I have way less issue with sleeping during winter. It's like yeah, boy, attractive. it's during winter, it's way less of a problem. Summer, I just get completely destroyed. Have the little Google Nest thing in the bedroom to listen to at night. Kids particularly have trouble slowing down the brain to sleep. I have the brain of a child then. I think is the only conclusion that we can come to. Your go-to is a 10-hour video of the entirety of the Dark Souls lore. That's the thing. That works the first time. But it's the second and third time that, because I'm looking for like a repeatable, method. And I feel like podcasts that have just like thousands of episodes, or what I'm going to be trying tonight, live streams where I can just put them on and I know that there's infinite of it, right? Because it's actively being created to help me sleep. That's why they stream. That's how that works. Cold shower before bed might help. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, to kind of artificially drop my body temperature ahead of time. We all have ADHD, have the brain of an ADHD. Undiagnosed, but yes, probably. Celerity makes you pass out. I'm sure there are plenty of things that make me like artificially pass out. Like if I can find a heavy enough brick, I reckon that could do the job. But the healthier the method, I think the better. Training your stream to make me awake. Training your stream to make me awake as possible. It keeps keeping me awake all night, but at the same time, it's such engaging content that I can't stop. Help. I don't know. Fields, if you did the if you did the 100% of Kingdom Hearts 2 critical mode, I mean, I've never seen the Prestige Organization 13 fights in Final Mix 2. I think I'd be engaged. What can I say? Some streamers have the most soothing voices. I mean, yeah. But I wouldn't even necessarily need that. I think I just need... You know those podcasts where they just talk about nothing? Not nothing, but they basically do what I'm doing, where I'm just having, like, semi-aimless conversation. That style of conversation really helps to send me off. And I feel like some streams have that energy. Specifically, in this particular case, Overwatch streams. I feel like they're constantly riffing off nothing, and kind of it feels a little bit directionless, but like in a good way. Good way for my brain. Your friend tells you your voice helps her to sleep, but you assume the plane crashes have put an end to the no. The jet engine crash redeem. It's tough. It's tough. Gunshots and ADS jerk you awake. I think it's because I'm so used to the sounds in Overwatch that it just... It's such... there's such like a subconscious filter being applied at that point that I don't actually... Oh, ads. Yeah, ads. Yeah, that's a good point. I might have to find my streamer of choice and sub to them. You make me sleep now. Chosen, selected. That feels a little bit better. Liking the direction of the roof. Oh, that's another thing that I wanted to do. Let's jump up to the roof layer. I wanted to turn this back sliver into a bit of a zigzag crag instead of a clean line to kind of follow that vibe. that vibe up there. New Tavern fan art just dropped. Mahali's hype man, Goblin Gob, complete with a with a big clock. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'll give it I'll give it a look in soon. Yeah, 10 minutes away from my first break. I need to be what's the term? I need to be a hard I need to have a hard bottom. I need to be a hard ass. And insist that I don't look at Discord, at least for a little bit. It's become more and more apparent that as the tavern becomes a little bit more crowded, I'm gonna have less time to draw if I don't moderate myself. What are you? Water? What's one? Not water. Two? An auburn color. Three, it's on the roof. What are you doing? My layers, my poor layers. I'm only allowed to look on breaks. Absolutely, absolutely. We'll try that strategy and see if it helps. Because ever since I have implemented it, I've noticed that I've been a little bit more productive. That's no clock. That's a space station. Oh, good lord. Well, we've identified where the space station is at the very least. How you doing, Stewie? Every time I look, chat 15 gold. Oh, each gold. Now would probably not be the time to mention that I have infinite gold. Probably not the time. That would be poor. That would be a poor decision. Going for a walk. Gonna go curious maxing. Hell yeah. Go perceive what nature has to offer. Enjoy, my child. Curious maxing is the funniest term. I explained it to somebody the other day and I started cackling mid-explain. You know, it's just mean. It's just mean because some things are really funny and then other people just don't get it, so you look like a lunatic. I was trying to explain curious maxing the other day and I couldn't stop laughing and I just seemed insane. What unusual texture, exactly. Oh, this tree bark is divine. How about 2.324 Mahali coin? I do like the fractions. I do. That's like you receive a fraction of Mahali coin. It's always the funniest visual. It's always the funniest visual. It's like, here you go. Here is one. Wait, no, that's too much. And you take a pair of scissors out. You chop a little bit off the coin and you pass them over a little bit of a sliver and you go, there you go. There is 1/16 of $1. Now don't eat it all at once, okay? Yes. All of my mining was worth it. Don't mind me. Speaking of mining, you should play Star Sand Island. I saw that mentioned actually. What is it? I've seen it in passing. But is it like a Stardew Valley / Animal Crossing kind of vibe? Because that's the impression that I got based on the artwork that I saw. Now you know what it's like to be an underground gold miner. Yeah, no, exactly the same. I understand the struggle. I'm just like you. The funniest thing. Oh god, whenever you see like clips of streamers who are like, what? You just finished up like a 16-hour long shift working with customers the whole time? That sounds exhausting. I know exactly how you feel. That's the same as streaming. I want to punch them. I want to punch them. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not even close. It's not even close. We're the same. We bleed the same blood. Frick you. It's a life sim. Stardew Valley Animal Crossing sim. Yeah, okay. They did a collaboration with with My Time in Portrait. Yeah, okay. Have yet to see someone pop into a stream, tell me to smile more. Yeah, correct. Yep. Exactly. Like I am a little regent. I'm a little king here. We've had one occasion where somebody's dropped in and been like, hey, so like, here's how to do art better. And that person was banned because they were being a jerk. I can't do that in customer service. If somebody comes in and is like, don't like your shoes, do I? Yeah, you could, have a little bit more manners when interacting with me, can't you? I can't fire that. Like, I can't fire that person out of a cannon. I don't have that option. I don't have that button anywhere. My order would be better if she's like, yeah, exactly. Like, it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Hi, Skull. How you doing? And then that person became a mod named Billy. Yeah. I won't stand for this Billy slander. Here's my knight in shining armor. I refuse to acknowledge otherwise. Like to speak to my manager. I'm king. Your only option is to speak with God, and I smite you with the power of 1,000 suns. Absolute devastation. Sometimes you miss customer service. It was so robotic, and at the end of the 2 weeks, you got Chinese takeout money. Is that a silver lining? Is that enough? I mean, I suppose the roboticness of it can kind of help, because then you fall into a bit of a rhythm. No, there's that to appreciate. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's like a pro, more like a coping mechanism. Mahali is known as the Than King. Just don't thank me for anything. I deal with it poorly. Now you beg? Please buy my art. I want soup dumpling. Yeah, no, that's true. There's a consistency to it. I get that. Just a heads up, I'm going to take a break in a few minutes. Just so it doesn't blindside you. The plan is to get up, walk around a bit, fill up my water. I'll be back soon, though. I've been finding, this is shocking, I know. Shocking, but I've found that when I take breaks consistently, I feel better. I know. Like, I didn't believe it at first too, but it's true. I actually feel good when I look after myself, whatever that means. I know. Slinky, I know. I know. It devastated me when I found out, because then it means I have to do it. You miss the satisfaction of getting money every 2 weeks? Yeah. Supposed to take a break in 1 minute. Not in 1 minute. I've got a little bit of time. It'll say, yeah, the tavern will give me permission to take a break. Find that if you take a 5-minute break every hour, you last longer. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is I find that by the end of the stream, I'm not as scatterbrained. I've got more energy. My shoulders don't feel as tight. I don't get like neck pain and stuff. It's only positives, which pisses me off because then it means that it's the right thing to do, I guess. Looking after yourself is overrated and expensive. I'm not, Stewie, I'm not sending myself to a 5-star like day spa every time I take a 5-minute break. Could you imagine? Sorry guys, the appointment for my massage is imminent. I'll be away for 45 minutes and then I'll be back after I've taken a little nap. I love the thing that they do with the cucumbers and the avocado. Oxygen bar every break. Hook me up, Doc. I wish to ascend to the peaks of Mount Everest. Because you get if I whisper it, it's funnier. You get high. You get high when you do oxygen, right? Our cost just went up due to inflation. Don't put it in quotes. That makes it seem like a weird kink thing. That's awful. Have an oxygen bar at your local aquarium and you're like, aren't even the ones in the water that get high when you do oxygen because you have asthma? Ah, yeah, fair. That's a special case though, right? Read that we only use 10% of our... No, not with the... It angers me. It angers me. Means you can unlock more brain pains. Not true. It's not. There were so many movies that all came out at the same time that are like, you only use 10%. It's not true. It's not how it works. Ad break? Yeah. Yep. I'm going to step away for a few minutes. I'm going to run some ads in the meantime so that we don't have to deal with pre-rolls because pre-rolls are the worst. I recommend that if you've been sat down for the past hour and you have the opportunity to do so, I recommend getting up, moving around a bit. You'll feel better for it. I promise. I'll see you in a bit. Yuppie. Hi. Sorry, ads are still going. If we have the opportunity to do so, yeah. Well, I mean, some people are at work and they don't have the opportunity to get up and move around because their boss will wonder why they've just decided to get up and have a bit of a wander and curious max around the office. Some people might be, bedridden at the moment, feeling ill. Getting up and walking around might not be an option. Some people might not be able to get up at the moment. I don't know. Any more fitting you'd be fitted right out the door? No. 118 times is bonkers, Billy. Bonkers. How you doing, bud? How's work? Talking about friends without legs. I mean, that too, yeah. Welcome back. How we doing? Any glorious ads? You have a friend named Eileen? Oh, no. Dearie dear. That was a biz joke, actually. That was a biz pun if I've ever heard one. Just the Crime 101 preview. You'll see yourself out. Unhand me. I could walk out of this establishment myself. This is democracy manifest. Just because Stewie was enjoying some succulent chicken. Hi AJ, how you doing? Welcome. Good morning. Yeah, good morning to you too, buddy. Hi. You made chim kim for dinner? Nice. What kind of chim kim? You got a few options. Roast chim kim. Ooh. That's good. That's some good chim kim. I have a little chim kim who runs around outside my door quite constantly, actually. How am I? Yeah, doing well. I've been struggling with sleep, AJ, for the past 3 months. I've been struggling with sleep. As soon as it gets into summer in Australia, it just becomes substantial. Like my insomnia starts playing up something fierce. So I've been playing around with strategies to see what helps. Because it's gotten particularly bad this year. So I've been trying things out, and I had a bit of a breakthrough last night. So I'm doing really well. Sleep isn't fixed by any means. It still took until 2 o'clock in the morning, like 2:30 in the morning, to get to sleep. But that's still way better than like 6 or 7. That's still way better than 6 or 7 in the morning. So like massive progress, massive progress. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm doing well. I've got more things that I want to try tonight, technically. I've got that going for me. The big commission that I'm working on at the moment is almost finished as well. No, absolutely done great. Hi Gentile, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Welcome in. Hope you had a good weekend. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody who haven't wished it to, by the way, for Saturday. I need to rewire my auto response. I keep saying like, oh, I had a quiet Valentine's this year. Not true. Not true. I played Subnautica for Valentine's Day this year. Not quiet at all. There was panicking and squealing and just living my best life. Super windy outside. Could almost say you live in a windswept neighborhood. Beautiful, glorious. Lock it in. No more Valentine's Day. It's the year of the Great Firehorse. Oh, when was Chinese New Year? When did it take over? Because I think Pretender was talking about it yesterday. Did it happen yesterday? February 17th. Oh, yeah, literally yesterday into today. Okay, cool. Happy Chinese New Year then, yeah. I don't celebrate, but no, that's awesome. Year of the Horse. When... Year of the Pig was a few years ago. That was my one, I think. I always found the Zodiac to be quite cool. There have been a few like manga series and stuff based around the 12 animals of the Zodiac, and I tend to enjoy them on average. I think it's a really cool format. Great blessings. Bring money. I brought cookies. Does that count? AJ, you asked me how I am. How are you? How was your weekend? It's been okay? Okay. If it's only been okay, I hope it gets better. As long as we stay diligent, us pigs will have a stable financial and healthy year. I mean... Actually, speaking of diligence... Ooh... Just busy. Yeah, fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. January, February tends to get a little bit busy. Speaking of busy, I've already spotted Easter eggs in the wild in retail stores. If you buy Easter eggs from now, if you're like, you know what, I'm going to get ahead of it. I'm going to buy them from now. They'll be stale by Easter. What are you doing? Sorry, anyway. Speaking of diligent, I'm pleased to announce that for the past, I want to say 3.5 weeks, we haven't missed a stream. We haven't missed a single stream for 3.5 weeks. They've been late. I'll self-admit that. But we haven't missed any. You thought Easter eggs is in like video games? Oh no. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Me too. Also, as well. I also thought as in, oh no, that's tragic. That's okay. Shampoo, it just means that you're a nerd. And that's curable. We'll put you on a diet of watching 3 baseball games. What else do not nerds do? Not nerds. You'll have to touch grass. I know, difficult, but you can do it. I believe in you. Then I don't know. What do not nerds do? What do not nerds do? They talk about reality television shows. There we go. See, if you do those 3 things, cured within a week. Edible Easter eggs? I know. Eggs are definitely worth it. $10 for 150. It's not good. It's not good. I've seen people saying online, like, you know what? I'm going to make my own Easter eggs this year. Hell yeah. No, that's brilliant. Yeah, do that. I'm going to bake cookies for Easter this year. I don't care. Easter eggs can go to the place that I don't know. Easter eggs can go suck eggs. Something clever. I'm distracted. Baseball. Trade cards in baseball. You're allergic to grass. Oh. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it the other day. Baseball fanatics are basically, could even be considered as bigger nerds than video game nerds. So baseball is probably not the best pick. Don't ask you. You're currently drawing a mashup of Batman and Captain America. Well, okay, yeah, no. Not checking with Jade what not nerds do then, because Jade is biggest nerd, at least at the very moment. Someone's patio furniture fell over. According to Google, your area is expecting 60 miles per hour winds. Whoa! Almost 100 Ks. That's bonkers. Do you live in a particularly windy area, or is this a bit of an anomaly? What's the cheapest animal eggs? Probably like ants or something. Could paint those. Okay, children, I've hidden 1,000,000 ant eggs in this garden. You have 1 hour to discover 500 of them. Your time starts now, go. Live in the desert, but you live at the bottom of a set of mountains. Oh, so it creates a bit of a wind tunnel. Yeah, okay. Okay. What if it knocks over your mum's gardening tower? Your asparagus? The worst thing you could do right now, Shampoo, is go and salvage asparagus when it's that windy. I think the safest thing to do right now would be to stay inside. While you were asleep, the Easter Bunny hid thousands of eggs in your hair. Lies eggs, yes. Happy Easter, you filthy animals. My parents are the worst. Buried all your eggs under 2 kilometers of dirt. The true Chad move, Stewie, is to actually do it. Hire the hire the digger, and start digging. They'll never get to them unless they're really prepared to spend a bit of pocket money to do so. Me go outside. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. You gave this energy. You gave this energy. My asparagus! I must go! My planet needs me! You know? It's just not the play. It's just not the play. Here's a hack. Cover the lawn with a pan of scrambled eggs and say it's the Easter Bunny got hit by an orbital laser on the way. Truly scare your children, yeah. I'll never trust again. Right. Should move your paper from in front of the window. Yeah, probably. What a jerk streamer. Tell someone to go outside for a break in the middle of... No, I didn't know at the time, Stewie. It was coincidental that Shampoo got abducted by a tornado, okay? I'm not legally liable for just saying things irresponsibly. It was an accident, I swears. Just because I said that they should go sleep with the fishes doesn't mean that I knew that they were gonna go get, like... Gonna have one of those freak rains where the sky people turn on the tub faucet for 5 minutes, flood everything, and then shut it off. The classic. I mean, can you blame the sky people? They've got infinite power. They're just kind of gonna do what comes to mind at the time. Those rains hurt. It's just massive water dropping like a ripped bucket. One time the Sky People said ice bucket challenge and dropped 3-inch hail for 2 minutes. $2,500 to undent Mumska. Oh. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. We had a little bit of that in the home that I spent most of my teenage years in. My brother's car got absolutely obliterated. My mum's car as well, actually. I think my dad and my grandma both had their cars undercover, so they weren't impacted. A lot of roof tiles needed to be replaced though. It's tough. It's tough. Time to see the church. How dare you not? They're not clairvoyants, Stewie. Your prophecies did not come to fruition, church. You lied to me. Desert hell is the worst. Desert hail. Desert hail. Desert hail. So he had me in religion brain for a second. Desert hell is pretty bad too. 50 degrees Celsius, yeah. I remember having to go to school on a day when it hit 50 degrees and the aircon, we didn't have aircon actually. Correction, I was going to say the aircon was broken. No, we didn't have aircon in that classroom. That was rough. That was rough. Don't like summer. I've yet to determine the positives from summer. I know some people enjoy the heat. Some people find that it gives them energy. They're like, I can be active because I'm all warm. Almost the opposite for me. Whenever I get warm, I'm like, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. It's been ruined by the heat. Yeah, correct. Ew, yuck. Those people okay who hurt them? I think they're just summer babies. I think they're just summer babies in the same way that I'm a winter child. I was born in July, which is winter here. I should clarify. July is winter here. You were born in the Northern Hemisphere? February? Yeah, okay. Okay. So winter as well. Hey, there you go. What a curious that walk that was. Did you come to any sort of revelation? What did you notice? Did you find any neighborhood patio furniture? Yes, that's gone flying. Sat on a bench, slowly looked up at a fire alarm on the wall as you were just discovering it for the first time. Ah! Whoa! You're far too old to be pulling fire alarms, but not old enough to discover them. No, that's beautiful. Fields, that's beautiful, honestly. Just testing it, Stewie? Oh no, I was just testing it. I was just no. Start. I'll hand me. I'll arrest myself. Exactly. What if a fire happens and it's broken? Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'm actually, no, what am I talking about? You know that people, you know that they do fire tests, right? you know that they do this in a formalized whatever. Hi, Dust. How you doing, bud? I hope you're doing better than yesterday. Hope you're doing better than yesterday. You were hell diving? You died many times. Rip. Did you have fun though? That's the question. At the end of the day, did you have fun? Like when you're laying there procrastinating and the void takes you an Apple Pencil. Ooh. That's tough. That's tough. Did the void at least give you a clue as to where it's taken it to? So far you're better, yeah? But you've only just woken up. So I mean, no, count the win. Count the win. That's a 1 point on the board for Dust. Missed the Helldiver rage because your PC was bad. Now you can only play it every few months with when your friends are around. I miss so many trends. It's not funny. Call it me being like an old fogey or whatever, but I just never. I have limited time to play games, and I very rarely want to play like a new online experience game. I don't know what it is. I've got Overwatch, and that ticks that, you know, that ticks that box. I don't need to, because like battle royales was a thing in the past, but now they're dead. Nobody plays battle royales anymore. Definitely. What was the other one? Extraction shooters are the new big one. Extraction shooters. I don't know, man. We know it. Yeah, sorry. But it's true. It was into your tummy. The void. Cheeky fiend. So yes, basically what I'm saying is anytime like a new game comes out, I am infinitely interested. If it's a fun indie game with like a unique art style or whatever, I'm infinitely less interested as soon as it's like, it's an online multiplayer PvP lobby experience. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. I'm good. I'm grand. Asked a friend if Bellatrix was untrendy enough now for you to get it. They replied yes, so you got it now. Well, I won't be seeing you for a while then, Dust. You'll be lost. You'll be lost to Bellatrix. Such a good game. Such a good game. I reckon, Dust, you will love it. I reckon you'll absolutely love it. There's no way you wouldn't enjoy it. I feel like I've had to say it a few times for a little while now. Apologies. If I seem a little bit out of it, it's because I am. Whenever I'm in weird sleep mode, I catch myself just kind of drifting a little bit. So if I go silent, it's because I'm remember that show back in the day, That's So Raven? I'm looking into the future. Just if you consider it to be that, then I think we're good. I think we're good at that point. Bellatrix never really seemed that interesting to you. It's a game for nerds, Field, so you wouldn't get it. It's literally a game just about making satisfying systems. So for anybody who really likes finding methods to make a table more efficient, basically, with visuals, obviously, it's very, 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 very satisfying as like a systems management game. That's Sir Mahali. It's a reference at Sir Raven. Classic Mahali special. Whenever something is like everyone loves it and recommends it, you tend to just go, "Nope, I'm good." But was itching for something simple to play while during theater group, and then Bellatrix was on 20% off. I reckon you'll really enjoy it. Honestly, I reckon you'll really, 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 really like it. So I'm glad that you've tackled the inner what are they called again? Hipster. Yeah, the inner hipster like reaction, because I think you'll have a really good time with it. Hi Ellie, how you doing? Welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. Happy Valentine's Day for Saturday. I remember it was either Saturday or might have been Friday or something, Ellie, that you I saw you check in at the very end, and I don't think I said hello. Sorry. Hope you're doing well. 11's not bad. 11's not bad. You're drawing your birthday invite with the intention of like scanning and copying them. That sounds like a lot of work. Wait, no, drawing, digital. Digital. No, you're good. Don't worry. My brain just... So... I grew up in an artsy household and we would occasionally like hand make invitation cards. So my brain jumped to that and disregarded the fact that you were working with an Apple Pen, which would imply that you're doing it digitally and then just printing it. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I just brain did it silly. Enjoy your lurk, Squid. Doing well? Totally. No. I should be better. I should do better. Glad to hear that you're doing well, though. Got this, Mahali. It's tough. No paper involved. Yeah. My brain was like, oh, whoa, okay, so are you doing them all by hand or are you scanning them and then copying them? It's fine. It's fine. You are doing all your stamp rally cards by hand? Oh, that's different though. That's different. That is cool though. That is very, 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 very cool. What's the... Is it going to be for a con? Is that the intention for the stamp rally? Gaming convention? Nice. That's awesome. Now, just so that I am fully on the same page as you, can you walk me through a stamp rally? Because in my head, stamp rallies are the things where you go and you get a card. And then once you've got the card, you go from there to a station, to another station, to another station. And then you go all the way back to the first place where you got the card and you're like, here you go. I got all 3 stamps. Can I have my prize, please? Is that what you're describing? That's it? Yeah, okay. I've learned that it's faster and easier to clarify with the person rather than be like, I think this is how it works and we're just going to go off of assumption. Because then you enter into a world of fear. You enter into a world of fear of being discovered. Oh, Mahali doesn't actually know what a stamp rally is. At each station, you have to buy something to get a stamp. Ah, fair. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Do you have some other booths that you've kind of collaborated with, where you're like, you're going to be on my stamp rally route? Sounds like a scam. Absolutely. What's the scam? It's literally do thing, receive thing. There are 5 of you? Nice. Is the intention that each of you has a rally and the others are along the way? The theme is Sonic memes, so the intention is that you all sell Sonic merchandise. That's fun. I like that. That's really cute. See, Sonic merch only, and there it is. Stewie, what are you talking about? You love Sonic the Hedgehog. What's the scam? You don't understand. I used to play on Xbox with Stewie all the time. And back in the day, hundreds of years ago, it couldn't get him to shut up about Sonic the Hedgehog. He would constantly just on and on like, hey, Bahali, I gotta go fast. Ah, chili dogs. It was a handful. So this sounds perfect for you, Stewie. Exposed, yeah, exactly. As the fan that you are. Also have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Final Fantasy, Splatoon. Oh, you've been busy. You've been busy. That's an insane amount of work. Is it part of the same stock? Is this a stock that you've built up over time? And like you haven't done all of this for the one con. That sounds insane. Some of it's old stuff, some new stuff. You're in the midst of a rebrand. Ah, fair. Fair. Shampoo, yes. Conditioner. Sorry. I help myself. I am a child. Hi, Digi. How you doing? At the turn of the tavern. Ah, in our time of need, Digi. Are you the painter who was promised? Being of legend and prophecy? You'll be selling more of conditioners, huh? Yeah, fair. Your alter ego. Hi, Apologia. How you doing, bud? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Doing good. Had a great weekend. Ah, fantastic to hear. Fantastic. No, awesome. I'm doing pretty well as well, which is good. You're dealing with sleepy Mahali. But this is good. This means that it's my strategy is working. I got okay sleep last night. I got to sleep at, wait for it, drum roll please, 2 a.m. Closer to 3 a.m. But that's fine. This is way better than like 6 or 7 a.m. So much better. So my strategies are working. You're Paint Batman? You're not the painter the tavern deserves, but you're the painter it needs right now. Yeah. Correct. 3 a.m. Yeah. Here's the thing, is I go to bed at like 12. Because it takes a while to do all of the things I need to do before I can get to bed after stream. So I get to bed at 12 and I try and sleep, and it takes me a few hours to get to sleep usually. Insomnia is fun. I highly recommend. All of the Google reviews for Insomnia, way positive. It's at like 4.8 stars at the moment. But I've been trying different strategies to try and like brute force get through it, and some of them have been promising. Digi is never late, nor is he early. Digi arrives exactly when he means to. Exactly. Yeah. Keeper of the egg. Noble, humble. I love the idea of just adding extra titles to your moniker. Just a keeper of the egg, custodian of the amulet of infinite curses. So good, so good. What a man. I know. Digi, you make me question my loyalty to the tavern. Oh my, I swoon in the heat because of heat stroke, but also because what a man. Cadbury egg? I mean, yeah, regardless of what kind of egg it is doing. Even if it is a Cadbury egg. Bolster is the egg keeper. It's your egg. You've killed people over. You have. You correct me if I'm wrong, but you stabbed Fields. You just walked up to him and stabbed him. That was very funny. That was very funny. It rang very similar to like the kid who takes the board game way too seriously. Like, haha, I've landed on Mayfair. I'm gonna buy this property, and then I'm probably gonna win the game. And then Bollinger just screams, "No!" Runs over, kicks Fields in the head, grabs Mayfair, and runs into the other room. Don't tempt me, did you? Oh, dearie dear. This ceiling is coming together. Just to distract us for a second from egg politics. The ceiling is starting to come together. If I hide the roof layer, you'll see what we were working with previously. A little bit night and day. A little bit night and day. There are some things I still need to change. Specifically here, I'm not sure about that blue and how dark it is, but I'm liking the texture because it gives the sense of a cave ceiling without it being too detailed. Because that was my concern, is that it would go too far into detail and then it would draw too much attention. But that's not the vibe that I'm getting at the moment. So we're good. After all, why not? Why shouldn't I try on? No. He's becoming Spiegel. No. You have a dinosaur monopoly? Nice. I saw a Dragon Ball Z monopoly the other day, actually. That made me chuckle. I like the idea of rolling double sixes and just going, yeah, as you charge up your power and go around the board. Yeah, the roof is looking way better. In my humble opinion, I'll clarify. In my humble opinion, the roof is looking way better. I think what I can do to tip it even further is add a kink here, because at the moment it's a very straight line. There's like a little bit of warble. I reckon if we shift the roof a little bit, give it kind of this treatment, the area behind, see how it like really wibble wobbles. I reckon if we add a little bit more wibble wobble. Art quest to illustrate the egg of humble nobility. Ooh. Are you putting up a bounty, did you? You like the meme? He's putting the pizza in the oven without preheating it? Wait, what? What meme is that? kind of guy that has to go Hayashi before throwing dice. Yeah, hiya! Oh, he's so good though. I'm the type of person who decides to RP during Monopoly, yeah. I will grab the top hat from the cupboard. I will come out with cane in hand, moustache ready to be twirled, and I am prepared to push over orphans in order to get the property that I need. This isn't a game of simple property, Sir Kensington. It is a game of life and death itself. Roll your dice. Not that it means much on this market. I think you will find that you have yourself cornered. There's no honor among cheese. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. Actually, yeah, if I carve into this bit of ceiling here, what I could do is I could give a more of a glimpse into the light source, which could be quite cool. Feels a little bit more dynamic than just the sliver. This kind of, yeah, that kind of vibe. Yes. Okay, perfect. And then obviously add in a little bit of a peak of stalactites around the edge as well, but that's fine. We put up bounties? Could that be a thing? That'd be quite cool. Yeah. How do we reckon that would work? Should we spitball it? Because that sounds awesome. That sounds really cool, actually. It does sound similar to commissions, though, is the only thing that that's the only thing that I want to be careful of, is it feels like a way to circumvent people's commission costs, which that I'm not as happy with. Because at least with the bounty system as it currently is, because it's from random individuals, it's randomly put together. There's no sense of like, I would like this image for somebody to make for me, please, and then putting out a bounty. You know what I mean? Can we trade bounties? As in like the quests? Yeah, we could potentially set it up so that you can trade quests. I'm not sure how that would work system-wise, but I like the idea. Almost time for another ad break. Yeah, getting there. Another couple of minutes. Why don't I have an actual bounty board? Can redeem bounties onto and redeem bounties off of. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Again, you run into the problem of like, as I said, like circumventing an artist's commission cost by putting up a bounty and being like, can somebody draw my OC for me, please? Without me having to pay you. Which I don't feel comfortable with. It would have to be, I don't know. I feel as though there's something bigger there. It would have to be a little bit more designed. See what I mean? Yeah, that's the problem, right? Because then if you're like, I have this scene overlay that I want to make for my stream, for example. I'm putting up a bounty for somebody to do that overlay. Somebody does it, and then you've received work for free. I'm not comfortable with that. But if we could make it like a little bit randomized, a little bit more like fun, then I don't necessarily have an issue with it. Because that's how the current quest system works, is because it's random. There's no sense of like work going into it, you know? It's just like a fun drawing exercise. It's not like I'm receiving, I've received the image that I need for my project or something, you know? Sounds like you came to the stream at the right time. Changing toys? No, not changing toys. We're thinking of how a fun bounty system would work, where viewers propose like, if you draw something, then you will be rewarded. But it can't be like a pseudo commission system. I don't want to do that. Kind of like tasteful thing, you know? Like you want to see the egg and you don't care how it's done. Yeah, that kind of thing. More sort of on the fun meme side of things instead of, yeah. But there's no way of like moderating that. Only solution to that would be a format of only picking prompts. Right, okay, so you get a bundle of things that you can pick from, and you can puzzle piece it together. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Had no use for the image, just wanted to see someone else do it. Well, that's currently kind of what we've got, is if a quest goes up, you look at it and you're like, it's not for me. You can put it back up and then maybe potentially challenge somebody else to do it instead. But that's not quite what you're asking for. Need to make a secondary point system if you want to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. The Mahali Battle Pass. No. No, absolutely not. The art needs to be connected to the tavern. Yeah, potentially. That would be a way of controlling it a little bit. Which you have no issue in making. Of course. I have my hang-ups when it comes to introducing a secondary point system into the tavern, because it feels convoluted. It feels convoluted to be like, oh, I need to check my like Mahali. Then it actually becomes Mahali coins. Stewie will finally get his wish. Then it becomes like, oh, I've got to check like my Mahali balance by like putting in this command, and then there is this other command to make a withdrawal, and it becomes quite complicated very quickly. Billy's begging for work. He is, but here's the thing. Billy likes the idea of putting in a new system. It doesn't necessarily have to be this one. That way people would never ask for the OCs or other random stuff. Yeah, that's true. If it's limited to, has to be to do with the tavern. Exclamation mark points. The problem that I have isn't the wording, it's the process. So even if it's like super duper simple wording, the problem is that there are like, you'd have to have like an exclamation mark commands prompt to like figure out all the things that you can do with your points. And then that comes up with a thing that occupies the chat that people have to deal with. And then you'd have people just sitting there dealing with their economy in chat while everybody else is having like conversations. I don't know, it just becomes convoluted and messy and disruptive, and I don't like the sound of that. The architect reporting to the big cheese. But yes, I've seen other, not naming and shaming, but I've seen other Twitch channels where they've got like a secondary point system and like a whole system that relates to where they can basically like text adventure, basically using their point system. And it just seems like too much. It seems like too much because it's okay if the chat's a little bit quieter, but as soon as the chat becomes busy, one person would be able to monopolize the chat, and I don't like the sound of that. What if you made a system that people could interact with separate to chat? Yeah? Are you saying like on Discord or something? That could work. Like the goblin attempts to pick the pocket of Bolicher? Ooh, with the 13. Does it happen? Morning, Crane. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning. Hope you slept well. Dice has been nice to you. Like how this... Thank you. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. The roof feels more pavey and painterly now, which I'm enjoying. I got out of my own head and decided to just trust in the system, trust in the process. You have actually... Oh, good. Friendly reminder for... Okay. It's time for my break. I need to do walkies. And then treat myself. I'm going to get up. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to look after myself. I recommend that you do the same if you've been sat for the last hour. I'll run some ads in the meantime, just so that we don't have to deal with pre-rolls for the next hour, and then I'll be back shortly. Okay? See you soon. Yuppie. Hello. I'll keep the microphone away from my mouth for a second because I'm finishing a snack. Yep, 2 seconds. Sorry. Hi, Scrolls. Sorry, I'm eating a snack for a second. Sorry. 2 seconds. Love the bounties idea. Yeah. I need to think of a way. Sorry. I need to think of a way to implement it so that it's not a pseudo commission, you know? Like, it's fun to challenge other artists to challenges. But if you're commissioning other artists, I think it's really important that you actually pay them, you know? So I need to think of a way to implement it so that it's not basically people being cheeky and finding a way to not pay people for their work. Digi brings up a good point, like making it like tavern themed means that here's the thing that I see being a problem potentially is that if people come up with lore for the tavern for their own stuff, like for example, if I make a place in the pit called, I don't know, Senior Rabbit's Big Boots Emporium, and then I make a bounty for somebody to draw the thing that I made, isn't that basically just OC stuff as well? Like, I feel as though there are still ways to circumvent it, you know? Yeah, Cheeto, exactly, yeah, the super pit. If I make the super pit, viewers don't rip off other viewers, it's only Mahali's benefit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, I'm a monster. Could it be art bartering? If someone draws the egg, you'll draw something that they choose. Has to be tavern themed though. Oh, like an exchange? That could work. Like a soul for a soul type deal. Oh no. Speaking of the super pit, I reckon with a 1, you go straight to the super pit. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of the super pit. Here's a bounty idea. That would be ambiguous. Oi, blokies, boss is bored, wants to see a freak show. We need someone mixed up from 2 timelines. Okay, so Scrolls. I think what you're describing is actually this, which is a system that we already have. The bounty board that Digi is proposing is... Oh, you're checking it? Okay. The bounty board that Digi is proposing is something that viewers can do between each other, which makes it a little bit different. I feel like something like that is ambiguous enough that it's a combined 2 error challenge. Yeah. So here, as Digi walks over to the quest and pulls it from the wall, you'll be able to see what's on the parchment for a second. The Candle Keeper is wanting a ghost tree. Choose at least 1 challenge. Style, abstract, go weird with it. Technique, use a material you haven't tried before. Or detail, add something to it from the pit. What do you reckon, Digi? Something doable? Is it a challenge that piques your interest? It is from the Candlekeep. The Candlekeeper is canon. Apparently so. What do you reckon, bud? Does it seem like a quest that you can embark on, or shall you leave it to another up-and-coming adventurer who might wish to embark on the quest? It's up to you. A ghost tree from the pit. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. The Lord of Dance is still your goat. That's fair. That's fair. I guess unless it turns to commission for commission, both party accept, then bounties wouldn't work otherwise, right? That's the impression that I'm getting. That's the impression that I'm getting, because otherwise the system could be played. You accept? Okay, okay. Which challenge? Gotcha about the quest. Yeah, they're super cool. A ton of help from Billy to get them implemented. A ton of help from Billy to get them implemented. Gigi, which challenge would you like to commit to of the three? Style, technique, or detail? Could implement more viewer parts into the current system? Yeah, we could. In terms of earning cash for completing quests, you'd like it to be from the pit. Might also make it abstract in some way. Okay. Okay, so detail and potentially a little bit of style. Easy. Okay, as you think this out loud, the quill comes to life and jots itself across the bottom of the page, signing your name. Good luck on your quest adventure. You've got this. Can't wait to see it. Okay, I've got a sense of direction from the roof. It's not finished yet. The roof isn't finished yet, but I at least know what I'm doing with it now moving forward, which is good. Which is Gouda. Which is Gouda cheese. The big cheese, if you will. Now I need to figure out exactly what kind of texturing I want to do with the rock walls. I think I want there to be more variety of mushroom, but I don't think that interacts with the rock texture too much. I think the play is, how do I want this to feel? I guess I want to push this section back a little bit, and the way to do that will be to darken it a little bit, I guess. Must have been tricky, as you have no idea. But no, Billy's an absolute wizard. Absolute wizard. I can take responsibility for the animation. Billy was all of the technicals. Like an absolute boss. Is there an entry on ghost trees for you to study up? I believe that there technically is, but I think it just has people just writing ghost tree question mark over and over and over again. So maybe not the most useful entry in the archives, unfortunately. If you want to establish some of the lore with it, Digi, please by all means. Otherwise, the only other thing that I can think of is where people have done ghost trees in the past in the quest. The quest hand-in section of the Discord. If you wanted to do a bit of research there, you could. But there's nothing set in stone yet. So feel free to just go completely off the wall with that. Actually, speaking of automation, Billy, this is something that I should discuss with you outside of stream, but I'm asleep in my Harley right now, so I'm just going to say it. I need to figure out how to... We've said that it's simple in the past, but I'll probably need help with setting it up so that the quest giver randomly visits throughout the stream, because I've been forgetting to open the door for him pretty consistently as of late. Same way I ignore the auto ads, same system. Right, as in base it off of the, yeah, okay. So base it off of that trigger and then it sets the timer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Random between, yeah. Randomized. Side tangent. Not sure if me or others will be open to this, but maybe people would like a for hire. No, people like yourself would like stuff commissioned. You're not sure if people are wanting to do commissions. Unsure about art styles. You think it would be nice to have a central location, can see who wants to do commissions and display their style. Yeah, okay. We've got a self-promo section of the tavern. But I do like the idea of a for hire section specifically for, yeah, okay, specifically for people actively looking for commission work. Yeah, that could work. Wait for 20 to 30 is quest active. If no, make a quest. Yeah. Soup dumpling money? Yeah, potentially. Here's my only apprehension. Fire? My only apprehension is the competitiveness that might come from it. Because we've got like a pretty cool atmosphere at the moment where we're all very much so kind of like lifting each other up. But as soon as we're like actively competing for commissions from each other, that might feel a little bit weird. I know that's like what's actually happening in the sense that we, like, a few of us are commission artists, and that's the reality of things. But to have it on display like that might encourage weirdness is my only worry. Self-promo does make sense. No, you're good. At least with self-promo, it's a little bit more, I don't know, behind the curtain. Like, some people are self-promoting their stuff just to have a look at their stuff. Some people are self-promoting their stuff as just like a, hey, you know, do you want to donate to my, coffee page, Ko-Fi page, or, you know, hey, I am doing commission. Like, at least then it's a bit of a mixed bag, so it doesn't feel like there's a direct sense of competition. Hey, Chinchilla, how you doing? Welcome. Hope you're doing well, bud. Hydrate reminder and lurkies. Okay, enjoy your lurkies. Thank you for the reminder. I do need it. I don't don't tend to look after myself very well. Thanks, bud. Thank you, thank you. Hope you had a good weekend. A few members that joined just to advertise and then aren't involved. Opening comms more publicly dilutes a little. Yeah, just a little bit. Totally valid. Not an artist. Don't do this stuff. Just kind of throwing the outside experience from someone who's willing to pay for art. Yeah. No. All good. Absolutely. Like, not a criticism at the... not a criticism of you bringing it up to begin with. I'm just thinking out loud. Cup of fine dust for a chinchilla to roll in. Yeah, I'll find the finest dust on the market. Yes, the emote. Perfect. May their heads be struck from their shoulders for such disloyalty. Hot fuzz reference. Absolute devastation. Always nice to know what hurdles we guys go through as artists and what you can do. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. It's usually not an issue. It's just I don't know. It's weird when it's like a crossover between advertisement and community. You know, like that creates a little bit of, I don't know, social friction. Could be an alpha test thing. See how it works. Poll around to see if people like it after a month or two. Mention to message in private with genuine thoughts and concerns. Yeah, for sure. With any of the new features proposed. I did like, actually, speaking of new features, I did like the little marathon to get the Flood the Tavern up and going with the point redeem. It was a fun build up. I enjoyed that. So I'll probably do that for new channel features moving forward. But for some of the bigger ones, actually no, the price is alterable, right? So I could just set it to be a smaller value for smaller features and a bigger value for bigger. It solves itself. Literally solves itself. Hi Noxia, how you doing? The regular role could be a barrier to advertise. I was just thinking about that, Billy. I was just thinking about the regular role being used for the going live alert as well. That could be kind of tied into it. What you missed? We've just been chatting about some potential new features for the tavern. It's kind of spitballing ideas. Could rename stage access to regular membership. Yeah, I think so. I like that idea. Because then it means we could set it up. Yeah, we could set it up in the Discord so that this with the self promo channel, you can only type into it if you have the regular role. Yeah, so it would give you stage access. It would give you access to self promo. It would give you access to the Discord, like showing you having gone live up the top if you've got the regular role and stuff. That'd be good. That'd be good. A 6? Oh no. Doing all right. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Have you shaved your big beard now, Noctua? Now that you've been rescued off the side of a mountain? Foliage. Okay. What do I want to do? What do I want to do for the foliage? Here, I guess. I need to shave, actually. Speaking of beards, I do need to shave. It's been a little bit. What kind of shaping do I want? Stream live. No one except for mods and regulars can send messages now. Leave the rest for it. Thank you. Let the beard flourish. Of course you would say. Because you would say that. I still can't get over how angry the selfie was. Did you? Why were you so cross? You shaved today? Lost 10 years? Where'd they go? Backwards? Rick. It's not what you want to hear. Not what you want to hear. Your journey is complete. Something like that. I don't entirely know what kind of trees that I want around. I know what type of trees. I know that I want them to be weeping willows. I don't know how I want them to. It seems fine. I'll think about it. What else can I do? I can render this rock on the left to give me a sense of how much I want to render the things in the foreground. Throwback beard, hit with the Kubrick stare. I've seen things you would not believe. You have a friend, you have a selfie of you doing the Kubrick stare. Your friend is doing a portrait of you, so you had to hit it. Yo, check out this Kubrick stare. Wow. You just look like that? You just woke up like that? Is that what I'm understanding, Fields? Is it you just wake up like that, no makeup? Keeping beard for pranks. Keeping beard for shenanigans. Brilliant. Grew the beard for survival. Kept it for the pranks. Eyes are sunk, so you don't know. I don't know what my eyes would look like with mascara. Too deep. My eyes are too deep. You bet you'd look cute with eyeliner? I mean, it does do a healthy bump. Like, I don't know. I think I'd need to commit to like full pirate look to really pull off the eyeliner. It has an effect. I'll say that much, probably. I don't know. That is actually a funny thought, is that At least I do now. Ever since Pirates of the Caribbean, I associate eyeliner with pirates. Eyeliner, classic pirate do-up. Classic. Remember Blackbeard? Massive fan of the eyeliner. Pirate is too mainstream. Is it? Well, I mean, for me, yeah, of course. My hair is too short to kind of flip it. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Pirate is way too mainstream. I'm going to be the alien from The Thing. With eyeliner. Can't even be a pirate anymore. God, whatever. Whatever, I know. If we sink, we don't get got. Oh, here we go again. We're not gonna get. Grab the buckets. Circling back to the egg. Yeah. I'm listening. Is that a mop? It absolutely is. That's fantastic. Scrolls, how do you have that emote? That's so good. Hold the door. You're up to sync, you are unbothered. You are truly the coolest here, Fields. Glub, fish boy. Ugh. I can't claim to be dehydrated now, Davey. It's just not possible. Can you draw it or not? You can draw the egg. You can absolutely draw the egg. It may or may not have escalated into a larger conversation. Rehydrated is a thing, like a sponge. No, that's a good point, actually. No, I'm like the space freezer dehydrated apple or whatever. Drop me into a bucket and I rehydrate, but I'm all like weird and crumbly. I look a little bit worse off. I'm technically rehydrated. Glub sponge boy. Gonna keep it until the luster of people not recognizing you wears off. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, because then it just gets a little bit old and scratchy. Because you did sketches. No, you're all good, Shemper. You're all good. We were just discussing like the ethics of setting up a bounty system that could be abused. But the egg in and of itself is not abuse. You're fine. Hi, Katja. Hi. Hey, 12 is not bad. 12 was not bad. Fields is prepared to start fights where there were no fights previously. I'm keen. How am I? Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'll give you the spiel. I've said it a few times on stream already, but I'll say it again. Apologies for those that I'm repeating it for. But sleep has been rough pretty consistently for the past 3 months. Something correlating with summer. Something. I fry like an egg when I attempt to sleep. So I've been trying to come up with strategies to help combat the insomnia. And they've been unsuccessful so far until yesterday. I incorporated yeah, exactly like that egg. I incorporated like a bunch of new strategies all at once, kind of shotgun approach, and I was able to pick out the pieces of shrapnel that actually hit home. So I've determined a bunch of things that help with sleep. I've also determined a bunch of things that don't help with sleep. So it ended up with me sleeping at like 3 a.m. in the morning, which isn't great, but it's way better than like 6 or 7 in the morning going to sleep, you know? So progress. Getting there. Think you sprained your ankle yesterday? Oh, sorry, bud. Did you get some ice on it? Someone got punched over this. Somebody got stabbed over the egg. Look into buying these cooling covers. No, not the cooling covers. That didn't come to pass. But altering my my day so that instead of showering before stream, I'm going to be showering after stream. I've decluttered my bed. So I used to use half of my bed as like organizational space. But I've gotten rid of that in the bin. Now I've moved that stuff to somewhere else. Basically just a pile on my floor, but it's fine. It's fine for now. And just like a couple of other things that certainly worked. Now the next thing to address is like what I listen to when I go to sleep, but all in all worked a treat. Sleep start guide. How to speedrun sleep. Yeah, pretty much. For me, here's the thing. Sleep is such a personal thing in the sense that some strategies work for some people. Those same strategies are not going to work for everyone. That's the thing that I've been struggling with is I've seen like advice about it all over the place. But I kind of just have to test it all until I find what sticks, you know? Already rolled a 13 to pick the pocket of Noble Bolicher. Bolicher didn't save, so I'm not entirely sure what happens in that instance. Also figured out if you kind of check yourself out to sleep, you fall asleep almost immediately, but yeah, that involves cutting off oxygen for like a minute. Yeah, no, probably not a good call. Probably not a good call. I reckon there are better strats. I reckon there are better strats. Destroy egg? Not with a 6. Do you now have the egg? We're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait on Bolicher to find out. Someone who slept 3 to 4 hours a night through the 20s, honestly take any way falling asleep. Yeah. Yep. I can absolutely relate to that. It's your goal now. If you have it, nobody can. Oh no, destroy it. You have to get your hands on it first. Image is going great. Thank you, Kessa. It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm making little breakthroughs with it, which I'm appreciating because it's not just a case of like, hooray, we've brute forced through, we've made it. I'm learning lessons in the process. Like the roof, I think was a really big hurdle to get over. And I'm really happy with the direction that it's heading in now. So I need to just kind of keep making little breakthroughs with it all over the place. And I reckon by the end of it, I'll be a better artist for it. When you find out who has the egg, it's so over. Then you'll see, then you'll all see. Does this type of mushroom have a special name in English, or is it just a mushroom? I'm not sure. I've based it off of some of the shelf shrooms that appear in a game called Peak. So I don't know if they... I know that shelf shrooms exist in a general sense, like this kind of mushroom, but I don't know if it's actually based on like a particular, particular species of it. Okay, how you doing? I think what I might want to do for the highlight here is break up the strength of the break up the strength of the window. So maybe have it so that the quality of light that comes through is kind of interrupted a little bit. So it kind of breaks it up into almost two rays kind of intersecting with each other. Just, I don't know, the big solid section feels a bit off to me. Shelf shrooms? That's the term you're looking for? Yeah. Airstrike the shaman? No. Don't believe mushrooms grow out of rock. That's a cactus thing, but it's fantasy. Who cares? That's the wonderful thing, right? Is there an egg war that you're not aware of? Yeah, so it was established a few months ago, a couple of months ago, that that Bollicher had like a noble egg. Still not 100% sure what that means. Does that mean that it's like it's a jewel encrusted egg, or if it's just an egg that's like painted fun colors? But war broke out over said egg. I think Fields was stabbed in the process. It was a whole thing. Feet pads help cool down the body. A small fan aimed towards the front of the bed could help. You tend to use it often if you start getting hot under the blanket. Yeah, okay. Okay, so if I'm feeling overheated, the problem that I'm having is the problem that I'm having is that the actual mattress itself feels like a molten pool, and like my body heat across my my main chassis, I suppose, if I were to compare myself to a car, is the thing that like really heats up. It's not that because I'll happily sleep without blankets on. That's not the problem. It's more that like the main core of my body just heats up crazily. But that tends to happen when I'm stressing about not sleeping. That's when the heat tends to intensify. So I didn't have as much of an issue with that last night. But a good point though, a good thing to consider is aim a fan towards my feet. Now you want to visit Forest. Forest is a good time. Forest is a good time. Noble egg sounds like it's would hatch an heir. Lord of all falcons. Heiress to the throne. You'll show the egg once you finish polishing it. Must look the part. The egg of humble nobility. So it's a literal egg and not a dual Fabergé egg. That's the thing, is I don't know. I don't know if it's a Fabergé egg. I don't know if it's a real egg that's painted with like Easter egg colors. I don't know. I've yet to determine. I believe it was described as a golden egg with a small amount of jewels. Okay, so full Fabergé then. Gotcha. No, scrolls, I'll keep it in mind because heat management is a thing that I have to deal with, so I will keep it in my back pocket as a strategy. Thank you. Random fun, your Twitch widget hooks into StreamerBot so that if you announce something, it stays pinned, working on making it so that when ads would be playing, that says stays the whole duration. Oh. Right, so you'd be able to have it so that when ads play, it posts a message and then pins the message. That's kind of cool. No prompts? Yeah. That's kind of cool. Anything that starts with exclamation mark doesn't go into the on-screen chat. Ah, that's cool too. So it means that you can curate what appears on the screen. What messages don't show that? Yeah, okay. Okay, so it just comes up as an announcement. Yeah, that's cool. The thing that I really need to figure out eventually is when Stewie is trolling in my YouTube chat, whispering sweet nothings into my ear, I need to merge that with the chat that appears underneath me here. Because I'll reply. He knows as well. He knows. I'll be replying to him, and he knows that nobody else can see what I'm replying to. So he makes me look crazy on purpose, I swear. That's quote unquote easy. Sure. When I say it's something that I need to work on, it'll be something that I work on in like a month. I think I mentioned it before, but in case you missed it, like I'm probably not going to be working on any major stream features until I've moved, because that's happening in like 2-3 weeks. And I don't want to start something that I can't finish and then potentially take a week off or something and just not get it done. That's also something that I should probably say as well, is I'm tentatively penciling in that when I move, I'll probably need about a week to set everything up again. So just a heads up that around the middle of March, like start to middle of March, I might need to take a week off to complete my move. Have to put kids to bed? Yeah. Go. Thanks for the help, bud. Yeah. Yep. I'm enjoying the art. Thank you, Tavern. $17. My God, where were these rolls? Where were they? Why is that a tree? Why is that a tree? Why is that part of the tree? I thought I'd solved this. Frick. Why is part of the tavern the tree? Hey, sorry for yelling. If I grab this whole tavern, all of it, the whole darn thing, and then I'm in the foliage layer, I cut, frick you, and then I go to the tavern layer, I paste. Oh, it was so much as well. It's fine. And then I merge. Easy, layers fixed. The thing is, these things tend to happen, and then I just go, oh, you know what? I'm partway through the painting anyway. I may as well just leave it. It's fine. It's harmless. It's not harmless. It harms every time. It makes my layers messy. It makes like alterations after the fact incredibly difficult. So I need to be belligerent. I need to consistently refix my layers, because otherwise things will become a hot mess. Merge everything into one layer. So here's the thing, Kate, is that's what I used to do. And here's the thing that really messes with my head. It's what I used to do. And my paintings were pretty good. So like, is it wrong? The answer is no, it's not wrong. But I would prefer to give myself the option to have separate layers, because it does help. if it feels right in the moment. Yeah, that's the thing, is like if I'm on a roll and it feels right to just like merge a couple of layers and work with them as one, I'll do it. But this instant is not that. This instant is oopsie daisies, went in the wrong layer and made a mess. Until you redraw, yeah, exactly. Until you redraw the same arm 5 times, correct. Could have all been avoided with a bit of layer control. Happens to you. Keep doing it anyway. Won't have to do it again, you thought? But every time, right? Every time you're like, you know what? I would like to change something about this. Don't mind me just consulting my reference sheet for a second, having a look, surfing mit meinen eyeballs, my human eyeballs. Rolled a 20 playing, rolled a 20 playing chess earlier. Got a checkmate with 0.68 of a second left. Ooh. Hell yeah. So you're playing speed chess. Nice, 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 nice. Do you play often? I attempted to get into chess with my brother. But it got to the point where we both kind of forgot that we had games going. You play 3+0 Blitz? Nice, 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 nice. That's awesome. Do you play caring about rating and stuff, or just for fun? You pretend to care about No, that's fair, that's fair. No, that's fun. I spent a little bit of time learning about chess in the sense of like some of the fundamentals in terms of you play for like center board control. You want to like break spaces, so you'll pile up a move so that when you trade for a piece and then they trade for your piece, and then you trade for their piece. At the end of the trade war, you end up on top. Like, learned about a bunch of that. I think I was just short of learning specific openings and stuff when I stopped. It's really fun. It's just I don't have time. I don't have time. It's the thing that always dissuades me. I think I'd really enjoy chess. You'd like to be 1500 or so in skill? Yeah, cool. Cool. That's the best way to go about it. Russian School of Chess says to forget about openings. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't subscribe to like a particular approach. It's just I was interested. I was curious as to why you play the game. You know, like how to explain what is considered a good move. Not because it's the thing that leads to victory, but like, why does it lead to victory? That's the thing that I find to be more interesting. So I found learning about those sorts of fundamentals really engaging. Really engaging. End up memorization, less on decision making. Yeah, yep. It's super interesting. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is I like the fact that it's stripped down to incredibly concise rules. So it feels like when you win a game of chess, you were the better player. It wasn't a case of like, oh, this happened. You can't water it down with excuses. It's just a case of, no, like you outplayed your opponent. That's the beginning, middle, and end of the explanation as to why you won. Obviously, you can sit there, you know, micro-analyzing things like, it was this particular move that did it. Up until then, the opponent was outplaying me or whatever. It's just nice to, I don't know. A lot of games are very random. But chess is very much so not. All of the randomness comes from the initial coin flip as to who goes first. Like binging the Grandmasters, doing 400 to 2000 speedruns, explaining errors. Oh, that would be fun. That'd be really cool. You pick up so much in the process. It's not even like you have to memorize it either. It's just a case of you pick up on fundamentals that just kind of get drilled into you. The big complete side tangent, by the way, sorry. The problem that I've got with the painting at the moment is everything feels a little bit too separated. But that'll be fixed in the same way that adding just like a little bit of the turquoise to the facade of the tavern immediately made it feel like it belonged to the scene a little bit more. As I do more and more of those passes to it, it'll slowly start to homogenize a little bit more. I should change my process so that I'm not starting with that. I'm starting with that degree of homogeneity, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll start at this level and we'll build up to that. Makes the game so much less terrifying. Yeah. It's the stress learning about openings. Well, that's the thing, right? As soon as it becomes like comfortable information, there's no sense of decision paralysis and like stressing about memorization and stuff. It's just a case of doing the thing. I've got less experience in chess, more experience in video games. It's the same in video games. If you feel like you're struggling at learning the video game, sponsored by Twitch TV, a good way of learning is by watching streamers of that particular game, just playing it and talking through their process, because it just kind of shows how just part of the swing of things it is. I don't know how else to describe it. Like it makes it seem more casual. There's less stress involved with making the decision because they seem super chill about it because they've made that same decision a billion times. It takes all of the stress out of it. What I might do is I've got a game of Dagger Heart after this. What I might do is I might finish up stream when the Tavern tells me that my next round of ads is gonna play. Just so that I've got time to just decompress after stream before I jump into things. And as I said before, I'm a little bit sleepy at the moment. It's a good thing though. It's a good thing that I'm sleepy. It's a good thing that I'm sleepy because it means that my strategies are working. It means that I'm a little bit less reliable at the moment. That's why you hang out here, to watch Mahali much closely as Mahali colors things. The good stuff. I keep having to rediscover the process because I change what I do, or I update my knowledge, or I try something different, or I set the scene in like a completely different location and it changes everything. So it feels like each scene that I do, I'm tackling with like with like zero experience. It's terrible. Speaking of the scene, I think what I'm going to do for the roof is I'm going to take away some of the detail with this section here. I think I'm going to take away some of this detail because I'm really liking some of these further back sections because they're alluding to the detail that I want, but they don't explicitly have it. I feel as though this is almost a distraction at this point, which is not what I want. I might also sap the blue out of it just a little bit because there's a little bit too much up there at the moment and it feels wonky. I might try and put strips of it through in the same way that I have in the background there. The trees up there are going to be lit differently because they're relatively directly in the light, so they're going to be way more bright and overblown. So I need to not consider them for what I'm doing with the trees down next to the tavern. What was this egg's legal name again? What was the name? Did you? The regal egg of nobility or something? I can't remember. The roof looks nice. Yeah, I'm happy with the happy with the form of it. I'm gonna have to add a lot of detail to it though. Probably quite a bit of moss. Probably like cracks and slats and stuff because I need the tavern to be the most look atable thing in the scene. And the way to do that is to pour a bunch of detail into it. The egg of humble nobility. There you go. Boom. Thank you though, Kessa. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Before I go ahead with that, do I mess with foreground fungus? Is maybe a very fun thing to say. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mahali. We've gotten back the results and you have foreground fungus.
No.
Yeah, you do. Just like little shrooms or something? Because I want a bit of shroom variety. I don't want just the shelf shrooms. A little bit more research is needed, I think. All in all, I'm really happy with how it's coming along. I'm really, really happy with how it's coming along. It's looking good. It's looking good. Certain things with the lighting that I'm noticing, little bits and pieces, but the bones are there. The bones of an okay painting exist. Still not entirely sure what I want to do with the rock pools and stuff. I think I need to fully commit to it. So if I'm going to do this one, I think I need like an explicit one here. Just not entirely sure how it's going to look. Pardon me. But yes, yeah. Let's wrap up for now. Mahali's gonna go for a little lie down, not a nap, because I can't afford to sleep. But I'm gonna go for a little bit of a lie down for a little while. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Hope you had fun. Sorry for the slightly shorter stream. Hope it was fun regardless. Yes, I can see what I kind of need to do moving forward. Can look at the egg now that stream is over. Yeah, I can quickly have a look. I can quickly give it a gander. The egg of humble nobility. There it is. There it is. Official. In the flesh. The egg. This has the same energy as the cube from Transformers.
Sam, show me the cube.
I also just saw your image. That's fantastic. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Have an excellent rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. Look after yourselves. I'll catch you tomorrow. Nap well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye.